Good evening guys, it's 6:38 p.m. Today is April 24th. Today is Sunday. I'm recording the video for Friday, April 22nd using Mbox Wave. So I already published my regular video. You have to watch as usual. You have to watch that video first to know the context, pre-market notes, levels, and what we are planning to do today, right? And after going through that video, you may have idea of context, and then you can watch this video to see why there was a short here, and all these things without using Mbox, right? Now I'm going to only discuss here Mbox, right? So but I will cover both of it, right? But it's better it's a good idea to watch that video first, and then use this video, watch this video. So so this was the notes, as usual I'm just going to scroll through it rather than talking here, right? Because I already talked in the first video about covering these notes, right? 64, 76, 25, remember those levels, and then 786, 770, 786, 450, remember only those things for NQ. So this is 770, this area, right here, and that was my dream number here. So, and you can see 770 held pretty much here, right up the open, and that was a key area. So you can see that red line, and this was the dream number, this dotted line, right? So that was my short, first short into this red line, right up the open. At the same time, if you look at ES, this was a 76 level, remember 76 and then 25, which is this area, right? Those are the areas, or 87, 76, 25, which is this, right? So 76 bold area, bold support turn into resistance because market broke down below, right? And it was a key area, aggressive sellers area. Same times NQ also into aggressive sellers area of the open, short in both of them together, right? So I'm going to cover Mbox also. So but right now you can see what happened before price was trending higher, right, like this, with couple of X control dot. There was a double algo here, so people must have bought it here, right? And then price went higher, but look at this, 333 versus 119. After looking that much buying here, do you want to see 119 or you want to see something more, right? That's the question you have to ask yourself. So 119, kind of a divergence, people shorted it, right? Contextual people shorted it, who knows the context better. And then you can see there is a X control dot here, arrow, right? And then price went down with supply. See, look at the supply, size of the supply. On the way up, 119. Here, look at this, 322, right? So there was a good supply here. At least the sellers are there, right? But then if you look at the bottom here, there was no selling going on, right? So you don't do anything, simple, right? You let it go. Then I'm talking about Mbox now, okay? So my level based short was right here. Right now I'm just giving you Mbox view here. So then price went higher, right of the open, right from here, right? And these are the dotted lines are dream numbers, both of them. So today they were together, usually they are far apart, but today they were together. But you can see it, price went higher about this dream number, right? And then touched here at this dream number, which you don't know, right? Because you're not my subscriber, so you don't know about anything about these levels, right? So now you know the Mbox way is, you see this buying came in after this supply, right? But that means on the visibly upfront, with naked eye, you can see these sellers failed because there was not enough selling going on, only supply was there, right? So now you have to assume maybe these buyers are, this is a fake down move, these buyers maybe want to take it higher based on the Mbox, right? Then you want to see continuation here, right, with more delta and all this thing. But if you can see here, only plus 90, and there was a sell algo here, right? So now you know something is off, and then immediately you see this as control dot, right? Big dot, big selling, and then price went down, right? So here with the supply was minus 52, again something is off, right? But then you can see this big selling going on with only minus 52. But anyway, they were not in sync, both of them not in sync. This time selling came but no supply, So you can't short it here. And also there is another reason you cannot short it here. But if you are reading it wrong, you will end up shorting it right here, because you see this 322 and then you see this, and price took out this area, right? Pretty much this entire area you will short right here, and you will put your stop right there, which is fine, but this is not ideal way to short. Why? Because if you look at this, because first of all supply was less, more selling, right? Divergence there, and you can see now if you shrink it, these things, see, so that's why you don't want to short it here, because it was, hold on, close to this. See, if you draw a line, let me move this line up, see that? So it can fool you right here based on this minimum supply, less supply, right? And this divergence, it can fool you right here. The moment you short, it can bounce back up, and this is exactly what happened. Price bounced back up, right? So if you shorted right here with this, by looking only at this, you will be stopped out immediately if you put your stop somewhere around here. If you put your stop here at the high, then you're good, okay? But think about it, in terms of risk reward. Think about this. If you short here at 660, right, or so, and if you put your stop at 770, it's almost 100-point stop. Are you going to trade with 100-point stop? Unless you zoom it down to 30 second, or 1 minute chart, or something like that, then it makes sense, right? I'm just walking you today through 5-minute chart, okay? Why 5 minute and why not 1 minute? Because first of all, I didn't look at 1 minute. Second reason is, since price is trending down from last 2 days, right? I do not want to use 1 minute time frame, because price is already far way down, like couple of 100 points in 2 days, right? So 1 minute can easily fool you after seeing that much down move, So that's why I want to stick with little bit higher time frame, That is the reason I'm showing you 5 minute today, and I didn't even bother to look at 1 minute. ES pretty much I did 5 minute, but I used 5 minute, but I still ES I usually have both open, so I usually I wanted to do it on 5 minute in ES, and which I did it, but then to show you I also used 1 minute also in ES to show you how you even sniff out the trade from 1 minute. But ideally I prefer 5 minute when price is already down too much, okay? So that was the reason. But anyway, so here you have to drill down to 1 minute time frame or even 30 second to even find a good risk reward thing, and then put your stop there rather than using this 100-point stop. But anyway, so this was not a short. You have to wait for this line to be taken out, right? So when price pop up here, right, you can see again this rim number held here, right? But then here you can see again a sell algo and less delta. Price was almost close to this high, and you can see half of this delta, right? And there was no buying. Look at this, right? So here also you can use effort no result scenario. This is effort no result, right? So if you look at here, similar effort compared to this, same effort pretty much, right? But upside no result, downside it's contextually lined up, right? So if you're only using M-box wave, you can't see all this thing, like both efforts are same pretty much for you. But if you know the level and context, then you know this is more powerful than this, okay? So but anyway, we are talking about only M-box. So here you see this, right? Now you know sellers are in control by looking at this. Now you are ready to short, take short, but you have to wait for this to be taken out, which is this, right? Here you can take a short now, but your stop again 100-point higher. See that? So it is hard to manage it unless you are looking for 200-point move down from here, then you can use 100-point to justify. Otherwise you have to wait for tiny mini balance and then put your stop about this high. So instead of shorting it here, you wait, right? When you see this, and when price pop up again, right, you can use this mini balance, which is this, draw a line there, and you can short right here. Why? Because at the time you will see this thing forming up. When price is going higher, you are seeing this thing, they were not confirmed, but you will see these things. That means sellers are in control. Another reason is you can see this also, more selling than this, right? So at least you know sellers are in control. Now you are just looking for a better location to justify your risk reward. Then you can short here, right? And still put a stop here, but the idea is if this thing holds this balance bottom, then you can move down your short after this low is taken out. You can move your stop down immediately, you know. Or you can have to manage for 1 minute time frame, or you have to just wait for another opportunity. That means, let's say if you did not even take short because you know it's too high a stop, right? Then you see price is balancing here, right? Here there was also a positive delta, but then this supply was good here, see that, and selling was good, so this delta is fake right here, not fake but it's real, but you can't just justify as a bias delta, right? Then price pop higher, right? At this point you can see there is a 24 again sell algo, right? The moment you see this, you can short right here, you know, and then you can justify your stop here and then look for a down move. Okay, so these are the shorts, right? And there was also this breakdown short also you can take based on this M-box, right? So there's 1 and 2 shorts based on M-box, right? Late short but good short, right? And then you can just trade all the way down, right? I'm not going to cover all this thing. I'm just going to give you key points, right? So now let's talk about ES. And these are the levels actually. So ES is a very good, you know, in 1 minute it was also good, 5 minute was also good, but 1 minute was also very good. So ES right here. Yes, see that's 5 minute, 260, 184 before open, 8:30 I'm talking about, okay? And then right here you can see around 8:35 there was a UT delta divergence, you know, sell algo, and then X control dot, which is these arrows, right? All this selling was going on even right before open, right? Then price went down with more supply here, see that 308, and then of the open price touched 76, right, or 78, and then you can see these two algos forming up at that time, right? So based on M-box, the entry was even way ahead of it, you know, just if you are reading all this thing, right? But it's too aggressive. After seeing that much down move in 2 days, you do not want to short based on purely M-box unless you know what's going on with the levels. So basically it was lining up with yesterday's low or Thursday's low, right? So based on those two combination and this pre-market activities, you can short based on M-box also here while you are seeing this thing coming up, right? Otherwise you have to wait for a pullback, you know. That means when price slice through these levels, right, and then pull back, here you can short, you know. Or you can, when price going down here, then you can short with NQ at the same time, you know. So those are the M-box shorts for ES, right? Pretty much it's a clear, ES it was a clear thing, you know. NQ was pretty much tricky. Now here on based on 1 minute, if you kept the both time frame open, right, then there was a good short here, you know, which is this breakdown below this, right? And there was a low also here, see, similar to NQ, which is this. See that this low was taken out nicely here. So you have to wait there and then take a short. And there was a balance here which was broken down, right? And you have these two algos and two X control dot also, right? And there was enough selling going on. So ES was perfect in 1 minute, you know, and also in 5 minutes. And this was my level based short. And then this is M-box based short, right? And if you miss this out, then you can see there was a more selling going on, more supply, more selling, sellers are in control, firm control. When price pop back up here, you know, right here, this initial entry point, you can short here. But looking at this delta or this buying coming in, right, this could be considered as a COB also, right? We never know, it could turn into COB, change of behavior, and then price like to roll back here and go higher too, right? Possible scenario. So by looking at 142 and this, you can wait actually. And if you get if you're lucky, you will get another opportunity, which is price came down, right, and then again somebody bought it, assuming this was a change of behavior, like the way you are seeing it, somebody else on other side also seeing this as a change of behavior, right? So those guys are buying it here probably, right? Then price went higher and then it came down, right? Still stuck in the balance. Then again it went higher. At this point you can see there was enough buying going on, right? And selling is decreasing, correct? So see here also in ES there was offers exceeding also, right? But here you can see it. So there are too much buying going on here, right? So looks like definitely change of behavior. If I hide this like this, right? At this point, if you look at purely this chart, right, and this buying going on, change of behavior, multiple buying points, this supply is decreasing. If you draw a line here, you can see supply is decreasing. There is a delta change also. Cumulative delta is also shifting. At this point, you are almost ready to buy. If you don't know the context, see, this is how sometimes you get fooled also. You know, mbox wave is a good tool, you know, no doubt, but you can't follow it blindly though. You have to understand the context first, then you can use it to your advantage, you know. So otherwise this was a trap here. Look at this, purely see delta is shifting, this thing is going on, this even these beats are increasing. Look at this, it's a, and there was X control dot here, you know. So supply was reduced. Look at this, 372, 78, there was a bullish algo here, there was a mini dot here, right? And this delta was almost same, so I would say they are equal, right? So it's better, it's not like 91. So at this pullback, and people are looking at buying here, you know, or maybe they have an order here, right here, right? But technically, if you are purely, let's say, price action person, right, you wouldn't buy it. You should not buy it until price goes above this area, or at least somewhere around here, you know, at above this level, this line 76. Then you can buy it. This is too risky, you know, based on this, right? Now you look at 5 minutes. So 5 minute was, so here is the beauty of higher time frame. That's why I was saying 1 minute can easily fool you, 5 minute will not fool you. So here 1 minute fooled you, right? But 5 minutes, if you look at it, while this thing was going on, there was no buying. Even though you see a lot of buying here, there was no buying here. So at the pullback, this was a short. Definitely when this delta was forming, this price was going higher, you can see this algo is forming. While people are buying it based on 1 minute, you are ready to short, you know. So the moment you see this down bar, a little bit selling going on, you are ready to short. See that? These guys are trapped here immediately. So that was a good short, you know, based on 5 minutes. See, I put a note also here. See, 1 minute it was not a short setup here. It was actually buy setup. But then you see this big selling come in, right? You are ready to short in this area, you know, in 1 minute, 48, 47, whatever, you know, based on mbox. See, 1 minute later, and that be all, you know, easy peasy. And I'll see you on Monday.